Hi everyone, this is Dango. In this video, we are going to talk about how to use and how to build Ashwaya in Illusion Connect. So a lot of players, they are not really happy with the Ashwaya that they pulled. A lot of players actually pulled like 5-star or 6-star Ashwaya like me and never use her. This is so wrong. I mean, Ashwaya isn't super strong in the story mode, but she is so good in a 10 Senate tournament. And Tencent tournament isn't really a tournament that is just for WoW. If you are like free to play or lower spenders, if you plan your team super well, there is a very good chance that you can reach like top 10 or even top 8 so that you are going to enter the final stage. So yeah, let's just see why Ashwaya is so good in the tournament. So this is one of the video that I found, one of the player in the US server 2 that is using Ashwaya and crazy. So this match we can see, so the left side is using Alice and Ashwaya and Anna. So this Alice is not actually very well built. It's just there to get killed. So when Alice is getting killed, she can actually buff the other units, increase their attack and defense. So if the increase in attack and defense is on Ashwaya, that's actually pretty good. On the other side, this team is basically, yeah, we have a guard, we have healer, and this is another buff. So yeah, uh, a lot of players they don't have resource to build like 30 characters for 10 Sunny tournament. This is why we can see a lot of like level 1 characters in their team. They are not supposed to just deal damage. They are just getting killed and just do some buff to the rest of the team. So this Ares is of course just died, and we see Ashwaya with the healer, and this is so annoying. Yeah, you can see those summons they actually hit pretty hard. Yeah, this Selena is actually a very well built Selena. She deals a ton damage in the earlier rounds, but Ashwaya just deleted her. So this is when Ashwaya is super strong. When your opponent does not have a good AoE counter, Ashwaya is actually very good in 10 Sunny tournaments. So she's also one of my favorite units. I use her to counter a lot of like players with much higher CP. Yeah, she is usually a very good counter to single target strategy. So one of the things people don't like Ashwaya is because after she summons, all the blocks are taken by the summons, so you cannot drop like a new unit easily until some of the summons are getting killed. So this is not the case in Tencent tournament, because in this mode, all the 3 units are dropped into the battlefield at the beginning, and you will not be able to drop any other characters into the battlefield. So in that case, Ashwaya's summons basically they serve as like a mid wall that can hit very hard. And we're going to figure out why Ashwaya's summons can hit so hard, and why and how you should build her. So let's just go to the characters, and as I said, I pulled Ashwaya to 6-star, and at the beginning I was checking some tier lists and she was ranked so low, and I was like very disappointed until the day I found, oh, there's a mode that is 10 standing tournament, and in that mode you don't have to drop characters, so that solves like one of the biggest issue for Ashwaya. And if you summon a lot of like summons, and then if your opponent is like a single target team, they can just hit like one summon at one time, right? So that will actually create a huge benefit to you if you have just a bunch of mid walls that can hit super hard. So yeah, Ashwaya's talent, so this is actually some mistake here. Ashwaya's talent, so per each of the nightmare present, you will receive like 22% increase for Ashwaya summons. So in 10 standing tournament, at the beginning, you will have like 3 characters. So there are like 6 empty spots, and your Ashwaya is going to summon 6 summons. So all the nightmare that Ashwaya summoned, they will increase the basic attack for Ashwaya by 22%. This is a huge amount of increase, and it actually allows Ashwaya to hit super hard. So Ashwaya's like Ashwaya summons, they also have inherent 120% of Ashwaya's attack. There's 0% defense and 50% of health point. So if you build Ashwaya at like very very high health point and just focus on higher attack, the summons are going to hit very hard and they are not that easy to get killed. Although their defense is like 0, but they have 50% of Ashwaya's maximum health point. So if you have a completely built Ashwaya, we know AoE strategy usually counter Ashwaya. But a lot of like AoE damage dealers at the same training, according to my test with my friends, like characters like Miyuki, they can actually not one-shot Ashwaya's summons very easily. You will need some character that can have a bonus to kill summon units to really kill. So one of the units is this Renata. So if you have Rentania, then she is very very strong countering Ashwaya. But there is not much character that can actually kill Ashwaya's summon easily. And as I said, this is kind of a gambling. So if you are trying to use Ashwaya, usually you want to use her to counter a single target strategy. You don't really want to put Ashwaya against like 3 AoE characters. So there is that. But so the way to build Ashwaya, as we said, her summons is going to inherit the attack and health point from Ashwaya, and they would further increase the Ashwaya's attack. So she hits pretty hard, her summons also hit pretty hard. The two of the essential state for your Ashwaya is to focus on the attack and the health point. So now let's just look at what gear that you should use for her. So there are a lot of gears there are some of the gears you cannot get from the gear summon, but the idea is to try to get more health point for your summons and also try to increase their attack. So basically the weapons, yeah, there is no alternative best weapon, so the only best weapon here is going to be the fairy tail doll. This is going to increase the attack in combat, which is great for Ashwaya, and then it grants additional 1% maximum health point when summoned. So this is their level 1 effect. If you have like a level 5 effect, then this should be like 5% health point. If you have level 60 equipment, then this probably jumps to like level like 6% maximum health point. So this is a very very significant increase. It's definitely the one that you want to look for. And the other thing that we mentioned before, for Ashwaya, you want to keep summon. You can get your summons killed. Ashwaya, when she has the rage like maximized, she can summon some new new summons again. So you want her to not get killed and have some sort of sustainability. So the other choice, I would say, because Ashwaya has a super high attack, so usually she can make a kill like not super hard. So you can use like Scroll of Life. So if you kill something, then you can restore health point. So yeah, those are the pretty good things for her. And the SR weapon, you can use this sword here just for the maximum health points that you can get in the battle. So you increase the health point for Ashwaya. You also basically get more health point for your summons. So your summons are a little bit more tanky. So this is the thing. So be careful to not use this one. So this one looks very very similar to the SSR version, which is her best weapon basically, but they do totally different things. This one increases the health point for the summons, but this one has nothing to do with the summons. I don't know why they're using like sharing a similar art, but yeah. But no, they are not doing anything similar. So for the armors, so I would recommend you use the armor. In that case, I would recommend you use the armor that can reduce the AOE effect. Reduce the AOE effect in combat. So your Ashwaya is not super weak against the AOE. Although your summons they may get killed, if your Ashwaya is not killed, she can always summon again. So this is why I think for the best armor, you should probably use this one, Sakura's Yukita. so you have more defense, and then the AoE damage taken is decreased by 2. So otherwise, you can also try if there is like a gear that can increase the health point. That's also something you want to look at. So I didn't find a gear that can increase your health point for armor, but probably there is one. It's just not here yet. So health point or reduce the AoE damage, because that's usually what people use to counter you. Those will be your best choice. So the shoe is actually pretty easy to use. You probably just want a shoe that can increase the health point. Most of the very good shoe, they actually increase the health point. For example, this one increases both the health point and also the speed. So you have more speed. With Ashwaya, she can hit more frequently, and she can get reach very fast, and then can use her ultra again and summons. So this is a pretty good gear for Ashwaya. So for the accessory, it's basically the similar idea. You want to have more health points. You also want to, increase her sustainability. So accessory like the one can increase your can actually do the blood sucking. Is actually pretty good lifestyle. So the swinging wind glass is pretty good on her. And also I think this gear, this Cyprian's heparin is pretty good. Cypria heparins, very hard for me to pronounce, but this is pretty good. So first it increased the health point for the Ashwaya, so which is awesome. And then it also increased the casting the rate for the special skill. So Ashwaya's special skill, he's really hard as well. It's a single target skill, but he's pretty hard. If you have a lot of summons, and then Ashwaya can trigger her special skill, this is probably going to result in a kill. So we can see here, this is 240% damage for a single target for the special skill. So this is really strong. So yeah, this is how you build your Ashwaya. And again, Ashwaya is usually not super strong in the story mode, just because she has a high cost, and it's kind of hard to position her. So if you it's kind of hard to decide the timing to put her into the combat. But in Tencent tournament, there's no more new units you can put in for one battle. So taking all the spots doesn't matter. So you still just want to put your 3 units, and then she summons and takes all the space. And you want to use your Ashwaya to counter mostly the single target strategy. But if your Ashwaya is super well built, the characters that can completely kill all of her summons right now is probably only going to be Rotania. Yeah, I don't think even in most cases, I don't think even Yuffie can kill all of your summons at the same time. It's actually very hard to kill if you get your Ashwaya super well built. Even my Ashwaya, I'm still racing her. I'm trying to get her to 6-star. I'm trying to get her to level around 200, and then she's going to be really strong in Tencent tournament. So yeah, don't get very disappointed if you pull some Ashwaya. It's just the game is suggesting you to try harder in the Tencent tournament mode. This is all about how to use and how to build Ashwaya. Hope you like the video. I'm going to make more guides in the future. Peace.